How do you get a birth certificate and social security card if there is technically no record of you, or is there? So one of the top things that people get confused or there's a misunderstanding on is that if you don't have a social security number, that there is no form of identification. But a birth certificate is a form of identification. You don't need a social security number to have identification. So when we were born, we all got birth certificates. That's a form of identification. They just opted out of the social security part. Another form of identification is a medical record. The only medical record that I had when I left at 19 was the medical record that was from the doctor. That was my mom's doctor when I was born. That was the only one I had. And so there were 3 forms of identification that I needed in order to apply for the social security number. Here are the 3 that I needed. I needed my birth certificate, which I had no idea where it was. I think my parents hid it somewhere. I have no idea where it was. So what I had to do is go to the health department and pay $25 for my birth certificate. So I got my birth certificate. Then I had to go look up and find the doctor that was my mom's doctor when I was born. That was it. I called the office, made an appointment, went in, and they gave me my medical record from when I was born. And then the third form of identification that I had and that I needed was my 8th grade education card. So at some point, I had to figure out how to get my 8th grade education card, which I have now, and I got it, and those were the 3 things that I needed, and I took those, made an appointment with the Social Security office, went in there, and used those 3. One of the things that they ask for is a form of ID, even if you don't have a driver's license, and I was like, well, I don't have a form of ID, I only have these things. So they took those 3 forms of identification, and I applied for my social security number, and that's how I got my social security number. So again, just want to reiterate, a birth certificate is a form of identification. Just because you don't have a social security number doesn't mean that you don't have any kind of identification. So there you go.